Hi, y'all. Welcome back to the show that is formerly known as the I Love You So Much podcast. And today we are officially house guest. We have new cover art. We have lots of new things. We have a new We have a new podcast intro. Yeah, the show's not really going to change that much, so don't worry. I know so many of you guys are like, oh my God, this is my favorite podcast ever. Like, I love it so much. Please, please don't change it. Don't worry. We're not changing it. It's really just that the name, I feel like I have never loved it. Like, when we started this podcast 5 years ago, producer Taylor and I were like dying to find a name. And this was the only one that I didn't absolutely hate, but I never really loved it. And I just felt like it didn't really make sense. And then when I was we were closing the O Kind and I was starting my own brand, which I'll also talk about. I'm only going to talk about this stuff for a couple minutes, by the way, guys. We're getting into a whole fall episode, the best number one episode of the year. The timing just kind of worked out really well. There's a lot of rebrands all at once. But before, I felt like everything in my career was very jumbled and maybe not necessarily complementing the other. Like, I felt like it was all very separate. So there was like Breadwinning Housewife, and there was the I Love You So Much podcast, and then there was the O Kind, and then there was obviously like all my socials. And I don't know, something about it just didn't feel right, okay? And I've been wanting to change the name of the podcast for like a year, honestly. Like, I've been thinking about a lot of things. I know I've talked about this a lot, and I've asked you guys for y'all's opinion. And yeah, so we finally changed it to house guest, and that just makes a lot more sense for me. As you guys know, the breadwinning housewife thing makes a lot more sense with house guest. But also, like, I just feel like I've evolved so much and the show's evolved so much, and it's way more of, like my personal life, what's going on, like conversations that I have with friends. Like, I want you guys to feel like you are in my living room with me and we're just like catching up, you know what I mean? It's less like businessy based. I still want to do a couple like entrepreneur type episodes. Like, I still like that because I'm genuinely very interested in it, but I know what y'all like from me, which makes sense because I'm 26, is stuff about like navigating your 20s, breakups, like heartbreak, refresh, house stuff, whatever. And as you guys know, I just love to host. I love to cook. Like, that's like that's like my thing that I love to do. So I just felt like house guest just really embodied myself and the show a lot better, because the whole point is that like you guys are either a house guest or everyone's a house guest, okay? Everyone here is a house guest. Whether you're a guest on the show, you're listening, we're all guests here. But I am just doing less guest episodes because I've been getting so many requests for solos, and I feel like I've already been transitioning into doing more solo episodes, which I personally love. And then I know the guests that y'all actually really like from me are like my close friends and family. So I'm doing less, not even family. I actually should have my family on. Like, I need to have my cousins on. I need to have my sister on more. The problem with my sister and I is that we just talk over each other like crazy, and when you podcast for a living, like, even when you do podcasts for a living, you still talk over people. You know what I mean? So, like, they just don't understand. And, like, I don't understand clearly because, like, I still do it. But, yeah, even just, like, I don't know, people that I have, like, genuine friendships with, I think are always, like, the best episodes. And then, of course, I will still have, like, guests from time to time that I really, really want to have that, like, makes sense and is a good fit for the show. So, yeah, it's just like we're growing up. We're transitioning into the next phase. The show itself is going to be very similar. Please do not worry. Do not worry at all. With that being said, I still do want to have guests on, though. So, like, it will happen. I promise. But, yeah, I just want you guys to feel like you are in the room with me, and like we're on a FaceTime call almost, and that we're just kind of going through all of this stuff together. You know what I mean? I'm still going to talk about like anything and everything because I don't shut the fuck up. So like it's very easy and simple for me. Also, last matter of business. We closed the O Kind. I cannot remember how much I've said on the podcast, if anything at all. Actually, I think I've said nothing at all. If you guys want the tea, like if Jess and I are still friends, why we closed it, all of the like BTS behind the scenes stuff. Why did I say BTS? Why couldn't I have just said behind the scenes? Something about that just felt weird. Anyways, all the behind the scenes stuff, I filmed an entire YouTube video on my YouTube channel, so you can go watch that. But we closed the O Kind, and I started my own brand, friend of mine, that is all about like gathering people together, hosting. It's a lot of like kind of like my lifestyle. It's like a Gen Z kind of like Martha Stewart sort of vibe. So our recipe journals and our cocktail napkins are out now. And yeah, if you guys want to go check it out, highly recommend. I've been working so long and so hard on it, and it's like I'm so passionate about it, and I'm just so excited, and I feel like it really makes sense for me. That's why I'm so excited, because I feel like so many different things in my life actually are coming together and just make sense and feel so right, especially for like the phase that I'm in. Like I just feel like house guest makes more sense. Friend of mine makes complete sense, and I'm so passionate and so excited. And then just like other things. Oh, update on my chaotic girl, 26-year-old, 26th year, whatever. I said I wanted to channel chaos in my 26th year, which I also said, guys, get this. I record a podcast for a living, right? Macy and I recorded an entire podcast episode called like Chaotic Girl Summer. And that's what we literally named the summer. And I somehow had amnesia, okay? I didn't remember one single time saying that. So I was acting like when I turned 26 in August that I invented this whole I want to add chaos into my life. Like I completely blacked that out after Macy and I talked about it for months and recorded multiple podcast episodes about it. And I just, no, out of sight, out of mind. I said, guys, I'm turning 26 and now we are channeling chaos. Like, what was I thinking, So anyways, no, I've definitely actually done that. I've channeled chaos in a peaceful way. That's more of my vibe. I feel like chaos to me is like, staying up past 8 p.m. That's huge. It's a really big one. Sunday through Thursday. On the weekends I'm out and about, which is something I'm very excited for with fall, because I just like, I don't know what it is. Something about being out in the summer. Something about being alive in the summer. Like it's not for me. It's not my thing. I love it for a couple weeks. I love going on the boats. I love the lake days. I love a country music concert. But once it gets above 100 degrees in Texas and it stays there for about 100 days, I am so unwell that like it's not even worth it. Now listen, if I was living like an East Coast summer and I was on Nantucket for the whole summer, sure, I would love it, okay? But I'm not rich, so I can't do that. I can't be there for more than a week, okay? I'm trying to go for 2 weeks next summer. We'll see. So I just want to issue a formal apology to Macy, because I cannot believe that I just ripped us off. Like I fully was like, nope, my 26th year, we're channeling chaos, guys. Like, okay. Speaking of Macy, I do just want to give a little update on the Jay situation. If you guys didn't listen to the Jay podcast, you need to. And I do just want to say, before I get into this, Jay is really like for the bit. We don't actually obviously care about him, but we like love it for the bit, okay? So anyways, with that being said, I have gotten an insane amount of girls coming up to me in public talking about their J-name experiences. You know what? Actually, Macy and I should do an entire podcast episode reading off. That's genius. Actually, this is what's happening immediately. She might not want to, because maybe I'm going too far with this, but that's me, always going too far. Maybe you guys can talk her into it. Please spam her comments or our comments and say you need a J episode. I want to do an episode with Macy where we have y'all leave voicemails or maybe like email in, message us in, text us. I sound like I'm geriatric. Anyways, sharing your worst experiences with J names. That's a genius idea. I don't know if you guys know this, but there was a bit of a media smear campaign against me a couple months ago. It's actually why I got verified on Instagram, so thank you very much. This was probably in the spring. So I'd actually already been after the J names. This was pre-Macy. My friend, now Montana Taylor, but she went by Danny Taylor at the time, has a song. Actually, she's so fucking good. Like her music feels like early 2000s, like Miranda Lambert, Carrie Underwood country. It's so good. Anyway, she goes on Montana Taylor now, but she has a song about how you can't trust a J name. We recorded a podcast episode and then we talked about it, okay? For whatever reason, that was over a year ago. For whatever reason, they ended up like, I don't know, I guess when like one outlet writes an article about you, they all just like plagiarize it and rip it off. It's like literally like when we're in high school and like writing a paper, So yeah, it was like Daily Mail, it was a lot of places that were calling me the new Karen because I said that I didn't like J names. So anyways, this has really just come so full circle, and I would like to continue on this bit, and I would like to continue on with this podcast episode. So if you guys have crazy J names, please let us know. Also, another thing, speaking of Macy, it keeps me up at night that we forgot to tell you guys this part because it was so funny. So Macy, as you guys know, is the funniest person in the entire world. And when we are prank calling the J guys. By the way, if y'all are listening to this and you are like, what? I don't know. Like, please go back and listen to the J name episode and then come back to this episode. I promise you it's worth it. It's this guy that ghosted her in the most extreme way. Ghosting doesn't even cut it, okay? Anyways, I just was, running a smear campaign against him online. I was allegedly running a smear campaign against him. And I wasn't really. It's all a joke, okay? I just whatever. You guys get it. So when she was on the FaceTime call with him, or the prank call with him, she said that she's like, I have the skinniest ass and the fattest waist. Wait, no. The skinniest waist and the fattest ass. And I just hate that we didn't tell you guys that because we totally forgot and we use it in our day-to-day lingo. So I would like anything that I post with Macy from now on, I would really appreciate skinniest waist and the fattest ass on every single Instagram either of us ever post. I would really appreciate that. Speaking of comments, I did also want to address something else. I posted a TikTok the other day, and listen, it wasn't the focus. So I'm not mad at you guys. I'm just disappointed. I posted a TikTok the other day, a little vlog. I've been really active on TikTok, and I was doing pull-ups in it. There was one comment about the pull-ups. Now, let me be clear. I do pull-ups for attention. Like, I do them so people are like, oh my God, like, that is incredible that you can do it. Do I use a band? Sure. You know what? But who cares? Details. Doesn't matter. Are you guys doing pull-ups? Listen, I wasn't doing a pull-up until recently. I started doing them, and then I hated them so much, and then I'm not a competitive person, at all with other people, but for some reason I got really into it. So anyways, I posted a TikTok that I did pull-ups, and there was one comment about it. And again, I do these for attention, so I'm not mad. I am a little hurt, and next time you guys see me posting a pull-up, which will probably be in a long time because now I have some public humiliation for my no recognition for the pull-ups, just keep that in mind. Just really keep that in mind, please, because I am fully doing it for validation, for attention, for all the wrong reasons, and I don't think it matters when it comes to pull-ups because I'm still doing the pull-ups. So we're going to do a little fall refresh episode. I did a cozy fall episode last year, and we loved it, okay? There's nothing I love more than fall. I guess I do love Christmas more than fall technically, but the season of fall, there's just nothing better, especially when you live in Texas, because football season is just the best. Even if you don't like sports, it's just the best. Something about it, it's just more fun. Everyone's out doing things. You're finally made it through the hell of a summer that you just survived and barely made it through, barely lived through. You barely lived to tell the tale. It's chili season. It's sweater season. It's always cowboy boot season for me. It's ballet flat season. It's soup season. Cooking in the fall is just so much better. Everything about fall is just better. We also need to talk about something, which is Pamela Anderson's Instagram. She is living my dream on this little island that she lives on in Canada. She's out with the animals. She's out on her farm, it seems. She's gardening. She's living by the water. There's so many big trees. She's wearing dresses and no makeup every day. She is living my life dreams. That woman, I want to be her. So when you guys see me in 40 years and that's what my Instagram looks like, that's what my life looks like, look the other way, okay? I'm going to be a carbon copy, all right? That's my goal, is to be a carbon copy. Not even obviously she's stunning and beautiful. It's honestly not even that though. I mean her actual life. That is what I need in order. Actually, I guess that's it's not kind of what my life is now, but I am starting another garden. I am doing certain things. I feel like I'm on track to living that life at some point, but I'm not quite there yet. And what do they say? Don't let the space between where you are and where you want to be scare you. Let it inspire you, okay? And that's what I'm letting it do. Pamela Anderson's Instagram is really inspiring me. I'm not kidding. I'm about to print out the photos and put it on my corkboard in my office just so I can remember every day what I'm working towards, which is living on a farm with a garden, with animals, with lots of big trees, I think realistically, I will either end up in Tennessee or Texas. I don't want to leave Texas, don't get me wrong, but if I were to live anywhere else, it would be Tennessee. And I'm really mainly okay with that because Tennessee is so stunning in the fall. And also I could easily live on a farm. I could live on a farm here, obviously in Texas, but I need I need big trees. I have a very specific vibe, but I will live on a farm or a ranch one day. Moving on to my home updates. As of lately, I have made a lot of improvements to my house. I moved here in March and it's the best thing that ever happened to me. So the first thing, I cannot believe I haven't even addressed it already. Hello, we're already sitting here if you guys are watching on YouTube. which you should be, and go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Actually, let's do a giveaway. Let's do a friend of mine recipe journal giveaway to someone who goes and subscribes to the YouTube video, comments on the YouTube video, and then comments on my Instagram reel that you did that. But comment your Instagram on the YouTube channel. Let me give you better instructions. We're going to be giving away a friend of mine recipe journal, like I just said, but in a very mumble-jumbled way. In order to win, all you have to do is be subscribed to the YouTube channel and comment on this podcast video, and then comment on my Instagram reel also that you guys are watching this podcast. And then I will announce a winner on Sunday after this podcast episode comes out. So anyways, yes. We're sitting in my guest bedroom, and if you guys watch the vlogs, you see my house all the time, but this bedroom was really ugly, and I just put my old bed in here. I had a TV mounted, and it was kind of like the room that I just hadn't gotten to. I hadn't finished it yet, and when I was moving, I really wanted a guest room because I have people coming and visiting all the time and staying with me, and like Dom will stay for long periods of time. People just like sleep over. I love hosting and entertaining anyway, so like I love having people in my house, so I needed a guest bedroom. So I was like, okay, like let's do a guest bedroom. Perfect. And then I just like never got around to it. And then as time went on, especially with starting a friend of mine, I wanted more of an office, mainly because, not even because I work at a desk, like I work all over the house. It's not really that. I just needed a place to like physically put samples and have everything out. Like I need to go through these closets, but they're going to be very organized work-wise. And then also I could just do an office/guest bedroom. So I'm sitting on a trundle daybed. So this actually can sleep 2 people. And it's kind of better than what I had before, because what if they're not like, you know, you never know who's over. Like maybe they don't want to sleep in the same bed. They have their own beds, you know? So anyways, I redid it. Sierra designed it again, which is who designed my like podcast entry room. I'm going to probably be recording between these 2 places. And yes, it's giving gender reveal. But that's fine. It's also giving nursery, which is like totally fine by me. But yeah, the room is just so cozy. I've been posting it all over TikTok, all over my YouTube videos, and I am just obsessed. It makes me so happy. It puts me in such a good mood. It's very cozy, and like if I am cozy, which you guys will get in this episode, then I am just better. I'm a better person. I almost said better mother. Well, I guess I am a better mother to the dogs. I'm a better friend. I'm a better sister. I'm a better worker. I'm a better person in all ways. So anyways, I'm always going for cozy, and I love this room. It got finished literally last night. So this is the first time recording in here. Let me know if you like the background or if I should be recording in the pink room. I don't know. Also, the pool, as I'm recording this right now, still has not been stained. The deck has not been stained, but I did get a stock tank pool because I chose mental health this summer, and I said I cannot do it here anymore. So I got a stock tank pool. Best thing ever. I got it from, I think it's Stock Tank Love. I found them on Instagram. My dad sent me one of their Instagram reels, and I bought one literally that day. And then I had my brother-in-law like build a deck around it. And then it's been raining all week, so we haven't been able to stain it. And then I got chairs from Article, and then I got new pots, which, by the way, if you guys are ever looking for pots, go to At Home. I got this tip from y'all, actually, but they have the cheapest pots. I went and I got more stuff from my backyard. I got, I think, like 3 or 4 pots and a candle, and they happen to be having a sale for $50. Like, do you understand? A big, and I mean like a big pot, like massive. You guys watch the vlog, you know? I mean, like, it was like halfway to it was like actually at my hip. Those could be like $200, $300. Pots add up, rugs add up, curtains add up, blinds add up, everything fucking adds up, okay? And I'm here to tell you, At Home has the best pots, and the best thing ever, the one on Skillman in Dallas is so amazing. I just love it there. So anyways, yes, my pool, it should be done, like the backyard area, that should be done very soon. Yes, I did get a pool cleaner, okay? Sue me. Sorry, all right? And by pool cleaner, I don't mean like a person. I mean like a pool cleaner. Like, did you guys call it Bob growing up, by the way? Like my cousins and I, when we all lived in Texas for a couple years, they had a pool. I don't think we even had a pool at that point. It started when they had a pool. And we had that like blue and white pool cleaner, and we always called it Bob. And then when we eventually got a pool cleaner, we just have always called it Bob. And it's the classic one that's like plugged in. There's like a cord. But then I grew up and I realized that like everyone does that, and like we weren't special. But what is it about that why do we call it Bob? And maybe we are the only people who did it, but I just know other people do. So I don't know where that came from. Anyways, yeah, so that's been great. And then I also want to, because I have a fire pit that I got from my sisters, and I want to do that and then just get some chairs and some lights, which will be really cheap. But I think that I have to put like stone down before I put the fire pit, and I need to do that soon because obviously fall is quickly approaching. It does suck that I didn't have my pool for most of the summer because it's like, I could have gotten more use out of it this year, but I have it for next year. And also I'm going to get the hot tub expansion. So it's actually going to be a hot tub in the fall and winter, so I can use it year round. I'm just really like, there's one thing about me and this house is that I'm making everything as functional as possible, like everything. It's just, this is why I don't leave my house, Oh, and now I want to fix the living room. I need to do a little living room refresh because, again, that was not really designed. That was just stuff that I had. The rug doesn't match. I'm over the rug. And I don't really want to buy a new chair, but I do think a new chair would really like suffice in there. But Dom loves that chair, so I don't really know. Anyways, I just need a couple more things. And then the house is pretty much completely designed. I am going to actually do like the master bedroom and have that designed as well. But I'm going to like give that some time. Like this stuff adds up. Honestly, this room was pretty inexpensive. Like everything I got here, like this is Wayfair. This blanket's Amazon. This is Wayfair. Like it wasn't that crazy expensive. Granted, I also only have like a bed and a desk. But everything's linked to my LTK, by the way. The wallpaper is Bed Bath & Beyond. Yeah, it just adds up, and I need to like spread these things up. But like once you start working on home projects, I like black out. It's like money isn't even a thing to me at that point, which money is a thing to me, but I'm not saying that it's not, but like I just like can't stop. It's like, when you are on like such a long streak of really not spending a lot of money, then you swipe your credit card that first time at Aritzia, and then you just like can't stop. Like all of a sudden you're buying everything you've been thinking about for the past 6 months. So it doesn't even like really make sense. It just evens out, and it's not like you really were saving money. I don't know. It's like you break the seal, and then all of a sudden you bought every single thing, and you come home and you blacked out and you have like 15 shopping bags. Like this is like what it's been like with my house. But also because I work from here and I film from here, I'm like, guys, I need to for work, That's like what I tell myself, which is like kind of true in my defense. When I asked y'all on Instagram what we should talk about regarding fall, some of you guys were asking for a fall PowerPoint presentation. So I'm happy to do that. I did it last summer and you guys loved it, and that was really helpful. But I'm just going to be here. I'm going to kind of sit here and tell you guys what's on my fall list this year. Obviously, lots of country concerts, which is really always on my list. Boots. Mainly cowboy boots, obviously. Hoodies, hats, fall candles. Let's talk about hats really quick, okay? That's like my new personality trait. I discovered a trucker hat again for the 15th time in my life, and I didn't take it off for like 6 days. Like I was doing like pigtail braids and hats, and like I love that. I even love that in the fall with like jeans, sweater, cowboy boots, pigtails, hat. Exactly what I just said. Like no one has more of an attitude with me than myself. You know what I mean? But anyways, I love that. Like why wasn't I doing that always? And we do have a new Texas trucker hat. This says "Find Me in Texas." It's camo, and the back is like chocolate brown. It's really, really cute. They're out now. Love those. I just need to be outside near the fire with the game on with a beer in my hand. Like that's what I need. I need it to smell like fall. I need it to feel like fall. I need the crisp autumn air. Like I need that, okay? Like that's how I'm happy in life. So that's another thing on my bucket list. What else do I have? I also did want to make a PSA. I am always meeting the girlies out at the bars on Henderson. Always. I meet you guys all the time because my demographic is literally Henderson. Like it's girls in Dallas who are at the bars. And yeah, I just feel like in the summer, it's hard because I'm tired. You know what? I'm going to shut up about summer and how much I don't like it because it's like literally all I've talked about for the past 3 months. But in the summer, I don't go out as much. In the fall, I'm out all the time because it's cold. I'm excited. I want to be with my friends. I want to be cozy by the fire. Again, you guys get it. Anyway, so I just wanted to say I will be making a return to the bar scene very, very soon, very shortly. And hopefully I'm going to be living life and able to share things with you guys. This is my issue with living life and wanting to share it on the podcast. I'm not as brave as the other girls. Like the other girls don't give a fuck. Like they'll just tell you something and I'm like, okay, but tell like all of their listeners something. And I'm like, but don't you think that person's going to hear it? And then like, it's going to be awkward. Like there's so many stories that I would love to say, but I see those people still like frequently, or I run into them, or even if it's like a bad dry bar experience or something, like I go to that dry bar, they're going to hear that. You know what I mean? Or if it's like a guy that I'm dating, like I just feel weird about it. Like I don't know. Like, and it's weird because like when someone else does that, I don't feel weird about it. Like I wish that I was just able, like with Jay, it was the perfect storm because we didn't actually know him and he, you know what I mean? Like and it was Macy's thing. Granted, like she was the one, but like we always say it was like the perfect storm for us to share online because like there was no mutuals involved. With me, it's like people that I cared about at one point and we have like all the same friends. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I would just like to live life and be able to share more with you guys. And I am going to be more open, I've decided, in the coming months because my life has been, there's some things happening and I'll be open because I owe you guys something at this point. Like I've been in bed by 8 p.m. with a Kindle for the past 3 years. So like I can't imagine it's that exciting to listen to, you know? Also, I got new plants, mums, and this is like very fall of me to do. And my mom said I got them too early and that was, after I already checked out. So thanks, Melissa. That was very helpful. And then I was telling you guys, and if you guys are getting mums this fall, I saw an Instagram reel where they're filling up the like orange buckets from Home Depot with water and then they're dunking the mums in there for like 30 minutes and then you take them out and then apparently they're good for the whole season because you always want to like water at the root with a mom. And yeah, so that was also sent to me after I'd already potted all of those. So my timing is just not great these days. I've already been burning my first fall candle and that was a magical experience. It was pumpkin spice. I got it at home and it smelled amazing. And I'm just kind of bringing them back, the ones that I have from last year as well. And it's just so incredible. It's also soup season, which is where I thrive. And like when I say soup, I feel like soups get a bad rap, okay? Because they can be more of like a pasta type thing, Like a lot of the soups that I make, they're not like chicken noodle soup necessarily. I do make chicken noodle soup and it is really good, but they're like meatier and thicker than that. I don't know. And soups are easy to make. They're easy to prep. They're easy to have as leftovers and they make your house smell good and they're fun to make. Okay. Like other things, sometimes it's like too complicated. Like I'm not in the business of being like Gordon Ramsay, like I want to do what I want to do. And yeah, soup season, but even like just cooking in the fall, everything is better. So I'm excited. It's kind of like my life has color again, like I'm just excited to be alive. I'm excited to be living. Oh, here are my activities that I've added that I will be doing. I want to go to a Cowboys game because I still haven't been to a Cowboys game since moving back. Apple picking, pumpkin patch, haunted houses, live music, always out by the fire watching football, bonfire nights, starting my new garden. Doesn't that just sound so magical? It's just magical. Love that. Oh, farmers markets. Also, even farmers markets are better in the fall, okay? Like you have your squash, kale's better, squash is better, sweet potatoes are better. What else is better? I wrote down my favorite ones. Oh, eggplant, pumpkin, obviously. Everything is just better. It's just better. Okay, I did get requests for fall book recs and I'm going to be sharing some with y'all. I actually pulled these from my own list that I already posted on my Instagram. If you guys just like scroll my Instagram, I do book roundups and then I also have KE Book Club, which is like all my book reviews of my recent reads. But if you just scroll, even like scrolling in the past year, there's a bunch of posts like that. I should just like post them again to stories and like do a highlight or something. But I have an entire fall book recs list and there's like probably 40 books on there. So go find that. I'm going to list off a couple of my favorites. Magnolia Park's Universe, I almost said University by Jessa Hastings. I think now is the best time to start reading those. The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker. So Magnolia Parks and The Simple Wild are my two favorite book series ever. And The Simple Wild is like, it takes place in Alaska and it's very cozy. So it's a very good fall read. Eliza Starts a Rumor by Jane Rosen is a very feel-good read. So it's good for fall. Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren if you want to sob. Pack Up the Moon by Kristen Higgins if you want to sob. Reminders of Him, Colleen Hoover. Run, Rose, Run by James Patterson and Dolly Parton. And I stand by liking that book. I know some people said they loved it and went back on it. No, I stand by liking that book. I also just love that it was based in Nashville. Like Nashville is the only place in the world that I would live besides Texas. And I just love it there so much. So love that. The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose. A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham. Great thriller. Local Woman Missing. Another great thriller. The Silent Patient, Little Secrets, When She Returned, The Butcher, and Little Secrets again, which Little Secrets is like probably my favorite thriller ever. Well, I don't know ever. I need to reread it because I did read it in 2020, but I just loved that one so much. And every person I've recommended that book to has loved it. So I feel like I stand by what I said. Fall shows. Gilmore Girls, obviously. New season of Kardashians. That's exciting. And then I put Halloween Town, which isn't a show. But I also love a holiday movie. Like, I love a Halloween movie. I obviously love Christmas movies. By the way, I already scheduled my Christmas lights to be installed October 3rd. Yep. They are coming October 3rd. I'm also going to be really redoing my Christmas vibe at home because I did get rid of my Christmas tree when I moved because I knew I wanted a new one anyways because I had one that was like completely frosted and I was just kind of over that look at least for now. But I'll probably do a really tall, thin one in here and then I'll do one in my main room. And then I always have like mini trees around. My mom had like 5 trees in our house growing up. Like it was absurd. But I really I don't know. Honestly, maybe I do need to redo my living room so it all looks good together. I don't even know what it's called of the trees that I'm thinking of that I like, but I've been pinning a lot of them on Pinterest and there's like tinsel like covering them. And I think those are really cute, but I love ornaments. So it's like, I don't know if I want to do that and then not have the ornaments. I don't know. We're in a fall episode, so like I won't get too ahead of myself, but just thinking out loud here with my girlies, you know? Let's talk about the best thing about fall, which is fall style. Here are some trends that I will be partaking in. Camo, obsessed. I just ordered that Abercrombie jacket that went viral, the camo one, and everyone's talking about it. And then they were like, oh my God, it's sold out. I went on Abercrombie, it was not sold out. So I bought it, and then I got an email today when it was supposed to be delivered that it's sold out. So I have to figure that out, but I already have other camo stuff. I just I know camo's been back for a long time, but something about it recently, I've like really liked it even more than I used to. Like I grew up in Texas. Like we always have camo. We're always wearing camo. But I don't know. Something about it now I'm more into. I said this already. Hats, pigtail braids, boots and jeans every single day. But more specifically, I'm really into my Josies from Tecovas. So my Annies are my all-time favorite cowboy boot. If you are getting like your first pair, your only pair, if you're like a one cowboy boot sort of girl, get the Annies. I have them in Sequoia, the brown. They're the best, most classic boots ever. I'm actually taking my sister to buy her a pair of Tecovas later after this because she's bribed me for months. Actually, no, she didn't even bribe me. She's just begged. I'm getting literally nothing out of this. So there is no bribing involved. But I love those. And then I have the Josie, which are suede, and they're more of a warm brown, and I love them. I've also been really into belts this year, like belt buckles, really Western, like more like cowgirl sort of vibe. I got the black one with the heart on it from Revolve, which that one was pricey. Turns out belts are expensive. And I just wanted it for months, so I finally ordered it, and I'm so glad that I did because I wear it all the time. But then I needed a brown one, and I found one on Revolve that was only like $40. And it's a warmer brown, so I wear it with the Josie boots. So I still need like a dark chocolate brown belt. And I also want belts that are more subtle. Like I don't want them to all have massive belt buckles because like maybe that's not the vibe. Like the outfit that I'm wearing today, I would like a really like simple belt. So if you guys have good belt like Rex, let me know. I think Madewell has good ones. I kind of want like a Ralph Lauren type thing. I don't know. But anyways, been loving that. But those suede boots for fall, they're so stunning and they look so cool and so good with every outfit. So Tecovas, obviously, they're just so fabulous. Sweaters, obviously. I've been a sweater girl my whole life. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna be buried in a sweater. Like that is my favorite thing ever. Ballet flats, which I'm wearing right now. I love Sam Edelman shoes, the ballet flats and the kitten heels, and I have for years, and I just got a package from them of 2 pairs of shoes yesterday, and I need like 4 more of them. Like there's these specific kitten heels that I just need. I love them from Sam Edelman. But if I'm not in cowboy boots, I'm either in kitten heels or ballet flats. And I just think that they're like timeless, they're classy, they're cute. Love that. I'm kind of getting into bows. Like, I don't know where that's come from, but I just feel like the older I get, like kind of the girlier I've gotten, and I'm like really into bows these days. So maybe I'll be experimenting. The reason that I don't wear bows in my hair though is because like I've just never been able to like successfully make my hair look good in a half up, half down, which would be really convenient. Like, don't get me wrong, I would love to do that. Maybe I just like don't know how, or maybe it just like doesn't look good on me. But yeah, I don't know. I'm like into bows. Maybe even when I saw on Pinterest yesterday, someone had a low bun and they had a bow on it and it was so cute. And I'm like, see, that's what I want to do with like a sweater, jeans, ballet flats. Like very simple. You don't have to do that too much, but something about it is just so cute. I love the like polo bears everywhere. Like growing up, the Ralph Lauren stuff, we had like a needlepoint pillow that was the bear, and I loved it. And something about it, you know what, I could maybe even make that. Oh, I could definitely make that work on this bed. I'm gonna find that. A lot of my life and like my style and design choices now are heavily influenced off my childhood because we always had wallpaper growing up. We always had like so many, I don't know, just like styles that I feel like I'm very drawn to. Like I'm obsessed with. Even like my recipe journal, if you are looking in like inside of it, a lot of it is like drawn from my childhood, like the roosters and things like that. Because we had like rooster wallpaper. Did you guys have rooster wallpaper too? My cousins and I, there was 3 families of us. So like Alyssa, who you guys, my cousin that's engaged right now, and then Austin, who also lives here. We're all like very, very, very close. And it was our family, their family, and another family. And then we're all very tight. The moms, 2 of the 3, so my mom and my Aunt Tara are interior designers. And then, Lynn's, like my Aunt Lynn still, everyone has great taste, right? And I say this because now they're listening. They're like, that was not great taste. But we had matching houses growing up because they would do all their shopping and they would just buy the same thing. So like we all had the same couches. We all had the same wallpaper. We all had, like, it's honestly really weird looking back on it now. But yeah, anyways, that's like where a lot of my stuff has come from. Oh, also for shopping. So I have been such an H&M lover of fall clothing for years. Like my best outerwear is from H&M. Like my best coats, that like tan, the beige long coat that I get the most compliments on, the most like wear out of, it's H&M. Like everything is H&M. My best vests are H&M. And I just placed an order yesterday or sometime this week, I don't really remember, from H&M for sweaters, and that just like really filled me up. That made me so happy. So excited about that. But if you guys are looking for good outerwear, good sweaters, good anything, H&M is so good. I know H&M is really a hit or miss, but their fall stuff is incredible. Like I don't even like going in the store because I don't feel like the North Park location's great. Like I've never really had a lot of luck there. But H&M online, like I'm really into. Another thing, Abercrombie denim, which obviously you guys know that, but Abercrombie Curve Love, which I'm not going to say it now, but on my LTK, I've been linking all of the like jeans that I actually like. And it's helpful because when you guys ask like what jeans are those, I never know the names of anything, literally ever. So I've been trying for that and my set active sets and everything to actually link on LTK. So it's like everything's there, all the details, what size I'm wearing, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, like Abercrombie Curve Love denim. I'm wearing a pair of Levi's that I've had for like 10 years. And these are the only jeans that I wear really that are not Abercrombie. Like I'm trying to think of, yeah, these are it really. Like the only jeans. Oh, and I have one pair of Zara jeans that I really like, but Abercrombie Curve Love, like there's just nothing like it. I just want to close this episode by saying I am just going to be doing the most. When you see me, my morning routine here in this house and this new life that I've started for myself, it's very Nancy Meyers. Like I wake up, I make my coffee, I'm in my pajamas and my robe, I throw on my slippers, I water the plants. Soon enough, I'll be taking care of the garden, I'll be tending to the garden. I journal, I read, I do all of the things. But when you guys see me doing the absolute most, like when I am anywhere but here and everywhere and out and about and I'm closing out the bars again and I'm like, wild, Kenzie, look the other way. Okay, I said I was channeling some chaos and I have channeled some chaos. And another thing I want to say, I'm very proud of myself right now because this is the issue when you become boring in life, which is what I have done, which I love being boring, so I don't care. But when you create so much peace in your life, like you're 26 and you're living a Nancy Meyers movie, it's really risky because you will find so much peace that you would never want to disrupt that. So then you like kind of stop living your life. Like I can't really stay in bed at 8 p.m. Like I need to like go do things. Like I need to date. I need to like go be wild, more importantly. Like I just like need to do things, right? But because I just got so comfortable and like safe in my own little like cocoon in my house, I like stopped doing things and like living life. I was like, I don't have anything to talk about on this podcast because I'm literally not doing anything besides like working in like my routine every single day. But then it also becomes a little bit scary because you're like, oh wait, I'm not really sure. Like I think everything in life is scary. I think like putting yourself out there is scary. I think like taking risk is scary. But when you are living like you are a grandmother at the age of 26, it's just like a little bit risky because it makes it really scary. And now I am forcing myself to do things that make me uncomfortable and do things that like scare me and that I don't necessarily want to do or I do want to do. They just terrify me because I'm the first to like, in my personal life, I think in work, I'm really good at taking risk and like I'm totally fine with it and I have like no issues, whatever. But in my personal life, I don't want to do things where I can end up getting hurt. Like I'm so overly protective. And then that means I end up like not doing anything and living my life. And then I, have nothing to talk about in this podcast. But also I just like end up bored. I'm like, I'm not even doing anything. Like I need to be like living my best life, So that's what I'm going to be doing over the next couple of months. When you guys see me out and about, just know I'm channeling my chaotic self. I'm living my best life and we're doing it all. So Oh, another thing. Obviously, the fall needs to be spent in Fort Worth. That's a given. I just feel like I needed to say it. But yeah, that is it for my fall refresh episode. We're creating the lives that we want to live. We're the day-to-day, the habits. Now I'm turning into like a TED Talk, Joel Osteen, like motivational speaker. Oh my God. Guys, it's just like you would think that I don't even speak English sometimes. And this is my job. Like, it's not okay. But yeah, so today I need to go take my sister to buy a pair of Tecovas. Because honestly, I think it's just to get her off my back. Like, she won't stop bothering me, and she's going to a show with me soon and really wants boots. And her birthday's coming up at some point. Like, we're gonna use it for her like birthday thing. And I like going to Tecovas, as you guys know. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Let me know what other solo podcast episodes y'all want. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know by giving it a nice thumbs up and subscribe for more.